Hey, what's up guys? It's Josh. So I'm back here with the Mustang. I guess this is just a little update video and also just another vlog. It's been a few weeks since I think a couple weeks since I gave an update on it. So I actually fixed the timing system problem. So the time chain links were actually like a link off on the cams. And so that was what was causing the code. I didn't think it was because I like quadruple checked it when I had the motor out and was building the long block and everything. But apparently that was what the problem was. I pulled the timing cover off and of course it was that. But the reason why I pulled the timing cover off was because it was leaking oil because I didn't put enough RTV on it. They actually don't use gaskets on these. They just have like a channel for the RTV and then that's good enough. So I had to pull that off anyways to fix the oil leak, and then while I was doing that I went ahead and checked it and I was like, okay, hey, well that's off. So the car is running fine and everything. It idles fine, it drives around fine, but I have one major issue with it that's kind of bad. So I guess I'm just gonna be outright. I guess I was not trying to be cheap when I was building the short block, but definitely a learning lesson on like, go with someone to build your engine who's confident in like what they're doing. And I wasn't really going with this person because they were cheap. They were very cheap. I'm not gonna say names or like where they're at or anything like that. So what happened was the dude who was building the block, the short block, because you know I said I had a machinist do the short block. I had pistons from a friend. Now these were direct replacement pistons. They were the same size as the OEM ones, so they weren't oversized, so you can't bore them out and hone the block and everything, do a machine hone. So this guy who was building it, he told me, hey, like I can't do a machine hone because it's gonna take 1/1000th of an inch off. And these pistons are right at the limit at what you can do. Like they're already at the limit of what Ford says is enough. So you can't go and do a machine hone. I then asked him like, can you do a hand hone? Cause I know like my roommates were talking about it and like he used to hand hone blocks all the time. And this guy particularly said, no, like you wouldn't want to do a hand hone. That's probably actually worse than just doing what he recommended doing. And so what he ended up recommending was just putting the used piston rings that came from another block into this block. And of course they were broken in already. Like that's what he was saying. Oh, well, they're already broken in, so they're not going to need a hone. But it doesn't really work that way completely. It's broken into another block. So if you were putting those piston rings back into the same block they came out of, yeah, that would work fairly okay. Still not the best thing to do. If you have the motor apart, you might as well just do it the right way and do a machine hone and everything, which we wanted to do, but the pistons I had, we just weren't able to do it. So now what the problem I have is I'm getting so much blow by and the piston rings didn't seal properly that oil's seeping through and even getting on the spark plug, so it's misfiring and we can't even tune the car because once you get on it, it just gets really bad. You could see a lot of oil actually burning through the filters on the valve covers, and it's bad. So I did a compression check and the compression was at 60 on like every cylinder. I squirted some oil, like a little bit of oil in there, and then did the compression test and it went up. So that was a sign that the piston seals were not sealing properly. Basically what I've decided to do now is actually I'm gonna pull this block out soon. I'll be buying another block, putting that in, pulling this one out, and then we're actually still gonna rebuild this one. We're gonna do it the right way. Thankfully I don't have to buy some stuff again. I don't have to buy the rods or the crankshaft or the bearings, but I will have to buy all the fasteners and I will have to buy new pistons. Thankfully, I talked to this guy who owns, the shop's name is Excessive Motorsports, I think. And he was actually able to get me pistons. I paid for them today and he said they'll be shipping out within the day. So I think he said they were shipping out today or tomorrow. He'll give me an invoice or whenever he gets a tracking number. And so I got pistons that were the oversized so we can do a machine hone. And I think he's actually gonna be doing all the machine work again for this block when we get there. The reason why I wouldn't just building this block again and then waiting for putting another block in is that I don't want to wait. The car's been down all summer and I want to race before winter time comes and everything's closed. And I want a car to drive because that car's pretty fun to drive. So that's, I guess, the update. I'll be buying another block. It's probably going to be running fine within the week or whatever, maybe by next week. And Justin will give it a tune, and then I'll be starting on rebuilding that block, the block that's currently in the car. And I think everything will work out from there. So that's the update. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything about like specific stuff that went on, feel free to ask. I'm still pretty happy with the original guy who did it. I mean, I was aware of the problem. We didn't think that it was gonna end up this way. If I could go back and do it again, of course I'd do it right and buy new pistons and stuff. However, I didn't find a place at that time that could offer me pistons. Every place was saying that the wait was gonna be like 6 months out. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed my little update video. I'm sorry that I will drive the car tomorrow, and I'll try to put some footage of it driving. The turbo sounds awesome. It sounds really, really cool. It idles fine, sounds kind of cool. You can crackle the exhaust, like I can downshift and exhaust crackles and stuff. And I'm gonna film a video tomorrow. Anyways, see ya.